Look at that. That's the shot. Right there. That is the perfect alignment that I've always wanted. Oh my God. Look at that. In this video, I'm going to attempt to shoot several telephoto time-lapse alignments of the full moon. Over the next couple of days, I will be photographing the full worm moon, also sometimes referred to as the crow moon and the crust moon. I have some amazing new locations lined up for this video that I can't wait to share with you, so let's just get started. I'm here today in La Jolla, California to try and photograph the full moon rising behind the California Temple building. More specifically, I'm looking to line up the full moon behind the statue of the Angel Moroni blowing the trumpet. The cool thing about tonight's shoot is the statue sits on top of one of those narrow towers. So unlike my normal moon alignment shots where I'm shooting a building or a mountain range, I'll actually be able to see the moon as it's rising, which will allow me to make any last minute changes to my tripod location, my camera settings, and even my focus if need be. It seems like it's going to be a fairly straightforward, easy shoot, but you never know when you're going to get thrown a curveball. The full moon is actually tomorrow on the 28th, but it will appear to be full over a 3-day span starting tonight. I've photographed the moon rising behind the temple several times over the last couple of years. This is actually the very first target I ever lined up with the moon, way back in 2014. My friend Mike had one of the very first Red Epic cameras with something ridiculous like a serial number of number 12. He also had this old Canon 600mm lens that must have weighed 100 pounds and was just way too big to be carrying around town to try to shoot something like this. We shot 5K video of the moon rising, and I can't even begin to tell you how excited we were when we nailed the shot. That is until we got home and reviewed the footage and quickly realized that nobody wants to sit around and watch a 12-minute clip of a mostly dark frame of a moon rising. Which leads me to why I'm back here today. I've only photographed this target after dark when the statue's silhouetted, but not tonight. Tonight, the moon rises at 6:12 p.m. and will line up with the statue 41 minutes later at 6:53 p.m., which is still a full 12 minutes before the sun even sets. That means I'm gonna have plenty of light to work with tonight. I'll have way more detail in the statue, and you're even gonna see that it's gold. Plus, the sky will be nice and blue, which is gonna look amazing for this shot. I'm now across the street at my shooting location. I'm tucked away in the back of this parking lot to try and get as far away as possible from the statue, which I can't get very far away from it. It's just right across the freeway. I'm also kind of hiding back here from security because they've kicked me out before in the past. So I want to keep a low profile tonight. Also, I want to mention that I got a new camera. Thanks to my good friend Jeff Durkin for hooking me up with a Sony A7R Mark III. I'm now shooting 40 megapixel time lapses. I can't wait to see what this camera can do. Thanks again, Jeff. Now that I have the cameras all set up and ready to go, I can talk about them for a second. Right here, I have the Sony A7 Mark III with the Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens on it. It's at about 450 millimeters, but with the Canon 2x extender, that gives me a focal length of 900 millimeters. It's mounted on the tripod with the Benro geared head that I just love it so much. It makes these type of shots so much easier to pull off for those micro adjustments. Over here, I have the new camera, the Sony A7R Mark III with a Canon 70 to 200 millimeter lens. This is what I refer to as my wide shot at 200 millimeters. Most people wouldn't consider 200 millimeters a wide shot, but when you look at this compared to 900 millimeters, it's definitely quite a bit wider. As always, I have the vlog camera over there, which is a Sony A7S Mark I with a 16 to 35 millimeter Canon lens on it. My time-lapse cameras are all set up and ready to go. The moon's already up, but I won't see it for about another 15 minutes. So now it's just a waiting game. If I stand up on top of my car, I can actually see that the moon is just about to come into frame right there. I have the wide shot rolling already, and I'm gonna fire up the telephoto shot any minute now. It looks like it's gonna be a pretty proper lineup. I think I might have nailed it, hopefully. Let's see how this goes. The moon is up. It's already in the wide shot, and it's just about to enter in the telephoto shot, but I think I might want to try to move the camera a little bit more to the left if I can. I think I'm gonna move this just a little bit slightly to the left right here to try to get it positioned exactly how I want. Move it a little bit more this way. Okay, the moon's just entering frame on this shot. I actually moved the tripod a couple feet to the left and zoomed in a little bit to make it a 1200 millimeter shot. The moon's just under a minute away from lining up behind the angel, and the shot just looks amazing right now. Both cameras are firing, everything's working out. Security walked by and didn't even look at me. Tonight, I'm getting the shot that I've always wanted. Look at that, that's the shot. Right there, that is the perfect alignment that I've always wanted. Oh my God, look at that. Wow. I can't believe that is happening. Looks like I nailed my shot tonight. I'm so excited because this is a shot I've been dreaming about for years, and I pulled it off. It must be my lucky day or something, because security walked right by me and didn't even say a word. I'm gonna let these two time-lapse cameras finish up and then head home and get ready for a moonset in the morning. It's now Sunday, March 28th, and I'm getting ready to shoot moonset behind the Georgia Street Bridge. I've gotten it before with the sunset behind it, but never with the moon in it. I had actually planned for a spot slightly up the street, a little bit further away from the bridge, but there are some trees and a van parked in the way, so that didn't really work out. I'm a little bit closer than I'd like, but I think it's still going to turn out to be a pretty cool shot with all the traffic going through the bridge. I'm going to get set up, yeah. Definitely not the best location for shooting. I'm running out of time quick here. The moon's setting fast, sky's getting lighter, and I've had nothing but problems this morning. Currently, I'm working on a broken zipper in my backpack. Yeah, my original location didn't really work out, and now I'm just kind of stuck here on the side of the road. I'm only a block away from my target, which means I'm really not going to be able to zoom in very much for this shot, as much as I would have liked to. I'm also seeing that I don't think I'm lined up in the right place. I think I rushed it too much, and the moon's definitely not going to go through the bridge how I planned it right here. Fuck it, let's try something else. We're going to go in the middle of the road for this one. Alright, I think I finally got a decent shooting location. I gotta hurry and get set up real quick. The moon is setting fairly fast. I was able to get back about another half a block, which is nice. but I'm in the middle of the road. Okay, I got one camera firing and move this camera. Both cameras are shooting. The moon's already entered frame in both of them. I have the Sony A7R Mark III at 200 millimeters. That's the wider shot. My other shot with the Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens is only at like 275 millimeters. It's not very zoomed in. I just couldn't get far enough away from the bridge this morning. The spot that I had scouted up the street, there was a van parked in front of it. The view was just blocked and it just really ruined it. So I wish I had scouted this a little bit better, but there really wasn't no way of knowing that there'd be a van parked there in the morning. It is what it is. I think I'm still gonna get a really cool shot with all the cars coming through underneath the bridge. So yeah, good morning. You can see that the moon is just now going behind the Georgia Street Bridge. Looks like my quick planning for a new location worked out. The moon definitely went exactly where I wanted it, underneath the bridge. I wanted a bigger moon, but still a pretty cool shot right there. The moon just exited frame on both of the time-lapse cameras, and you know what? Even though I wasn't able to zoom in as much as I really wanted to, it still turned out to be a pretty cool shot, I think. It's always good to get out in the morning anyways and get a good early morning shoot in. I'm gonna say that this morning's shoot was a success, and go get something from Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. The sun is just setting right now. Tonight is the full moon, and I'm here at the University of California, San Diego campus, UCSD, and I'm here to shoot the full worm moon rising behind the fallen star house. I already got the Sony A7R Mark III up and shooting a day to night time lapse. It's gonna go through sunset to moonrise, and right now I'm gonna work on setting up a telephoto shot. The moon rose about 6 or 7 minutes ago, but it won't line up with the top of the fallen star house for another 45 minutes, which is kind of a bummer. I was really hoping to get a shot with the moon, the house, and still have a light sky behind it, at least a little bit, but it's looking like it's gonna be pretty dark by the time the moon lines up. It would have worked out if my first location wasn't blocked by a tree. Oh no. Target's behind that tree. I was supposed to shoot from right here. I was forced to move a little bit closer to the house and down the hill, so my shoot time is a little bit later than I expected. Oh well, I'm here. Let's see what we get. I don't even know what just happened. I walked up the hill behind me to try to get a little bit of an early view of the moon, just to see if it was gonna line up, and I was way off. I'm not sure where I went wrong with my planning. Maybe the height of the building is a little bit off in my app. I left the one camera up there that's shooting a day to night time lapse, just so you can see how far off I was. It's probably been over 2 years since I was that far off on one of my moon alignment shots. It's been a long time since I had messed up something that bad. I should have known from the beginning this morning when I woke up and drove to the location, and there was a van parked on the side of the street where no other cars were parked, but it was right exactly where I needed to shoot. And then from there, I had the broken zipper on the camera bag. I ended up in the middle of the road and just too close to the bridge. The shot looks great. I shouldn't complain about this morning's shoot. Today was cursed from the beginning. It's okay. I'm over it. Fuck the worm moon. Today was cursed from the beginning though, for real. I'm over it, and I'm done shooting the worm moon for this month. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back next month. It looks like I'll have another shot to get this time lapse sometime around the full moon next month. We'll see. Maybe I won't. Maybe this is the last episode of Moon Missions. Stay tuned, and maybe there'll be another episode, maybe not. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get some nachos to finish this night off the right way.